Now I am sure that anyone watching this video right now will agree that the lighting in this room at the moment looks genuinely terrible. It looks horrendous. All I'm using at the moment is one light, the main light hanging from the ceiling in the room, and it looks awful. It almost makes you want to turn off this video, but please don't turn off because I want to show you how you can turn it into this. Let's get into it. Now before we get into this video properly, if you wouldn't mind just clicking that little thumbs up down below there, as it really does help out with the algorithm and all that nonsense, so yeah, massively appreciate. So lighting when it comes to making YouTube videos is incredibly important because at the end of the day, that's what photography and video is. It's manipulating the light into the camera lens to get the best possible picture. So you need to know what you are doing with the lighting. So what I thought I would do in this video is just talk about my YouTube lighting setup. So hopefully when you come to make your videos or do some photography, because the same rules apply for photography, it will help you out just a little bit. So yeah, let's have a look at the setup. So the first thing you want to do when you are setting up the lighting in your space is turn off every single light, including the main room light that I had on before. Even though that's not on right now, make sure it stays off. You want to turn off all of these main lights that we're using to film the video as well. So that's the first thing you want to do. So now we have every single light in the room turned off. Now the main light that I use as my key light to light me is the Aputure Amaran 100X, and I absolutely love this light. So if I turn this on right now, you can see that it is lighting me from one side and it creates a nice shadow on this side, and this helps give you that cinematic feel and create a nice little bit of depth. I'm also using with it a softbox, and this helps create a nice soft light. It softens the light so it looks a lot more pleasing to the eye, and the softbox I'm using is the Aputure LightDome SE. And also on the softbox I'm using the honeycomb grid, and that means that the light is just being directed towards me a little bit and it stops the light spilling into the background a little more. So if I was to take that off, there would be light flooding all over that background wall. And I also have this light hooked up to my phone through the Sidus Link app, which a lot of Aputure lights use, and it is an incredible app, as I will show you in a little bit as well. But I can turn it on and off from my phone and have control over the intensity. I can also change the color temperature if I want to, so I can make it a lot warmer or a lot cooler, but I'm just gonna set it to 5,400 kelvins. Now, if you're just starting out making YouTube videos, don't read too much into that. That's something that you will learn as you create more videos. Now, as you can see already, this one light is making a huge difference over using just the main light in the room, because you're getting that nice cinematic look, that nice soft light as well. The next light you want to use is a fill light, and this is just going to fill in the little shadows on this side of the face, because this side is very dark. Because the light is over there, we're getting shadows all over this side. And if I turn that on, you can see the difference that that makes. Now, it's not making a huge difference, it's not overpowering, it's at a lower intensity to the main key light. It's just filling in the shadows. If I turn it off, you'll notice the difference again. It's just helping warm it up on this side a little. And the light that I'm using for this is the Aputure B7C, which is an incredible little bulb. And again, I have it linked up to the Sidus Link app, so I can control both of these lights from my phone. It is a full RGB LED light bulb, and it just plugs into any standard E27 light bulb fitting. So you can put it in most lamps, and it is an incredible little bulb. So the final thing we want to do to complete our lighting setup is a background light. Now, you can call this whatever you want. It's got a number of names. It can call it a background light, a rim light, or a hair light. What that is going to do is effectively just separate the subject from the background. So at the moment you can see my jumper is just blending in with the background, and you can't really separate the two. However, if I turn on the background light, you can see the difference that that's made instantly. So it's given a nice little rim shadow thing along the side of my shoulder and on this side of my face, so you can see why it's called a rim light or a hair light, because you're just getting that nice little separation from the background, and it helps almost give it that almost a 3D look. It's giving you a lot more dimension and depth to the image. Now again, the light that I use in that floor lamp just back there is another Aputure B7C. Incredible little bulbs, and again I have it linked up to the Sidus Link app, so I can control all these 3 lights from my mobile phone in the same app. And what is really nice, if I just record my screen, is you can see here the setup that I have for these lights. So I have my desk lamp, which is my fill light, my floor lamp, which is the background light, and the main light, which is my key light over here. So if I go into the main light, for example, you can control the intensity through there, and the same for the others. But with the B7Cs, what you can do, which is again really nice, is because they are RGB lights, you can change the colors of them, and you can pretty much go to any color that you like. And as it's a background light, it's really nice just to add a little bit of color. So I like to go for this blue. But again, with the background light, you pretty much have full control to do whatever you want if you want to add a color. So because of this, I would highly recommend Aputure lights, because the Sidus Link app is absolutely brilliant. It gives you full control over absolutely everything. Now with these 3 lights set up like this, you can see a huge difference in what we started out with when we were using just the main room light. It looks a hell of a lot better. There's a lot more depth to it. It looks a lot more interesting. It looks a lot more cinematic, which is that look that everyone is trying to achieve. But there is one last thing you can do, and that is just add a little bit more interest in the background by maybe backlighting something, or just adding some fairy lights in the background as well. So what I've got over here on my shelf unit is I'm going to turn on a couple of lights on there, and you'll see again the difference that that makes. So what I've done is I've turned on some little fairy lights down the side of the shelving unit, and I've got a nice little backlight on these fake flowers, and also one behind some little ornaments on that shelf as well. And what that's doing is just helping create it a little bit more interesting. It looks a lot more appealing to the eye because there's something going on. It's not all just flat and squashed together like it was with the main room light. There is a lot more depth, and it looks a hell of a lot more interesting. It is incredibly easy to set up a lighting system like this. All you need is 3 lights. I'd highly recommend getting dimmable lights. You've got full control over them, and when you've got those, you are away. Just have fun playing with the lights and creating different looks. There are so many different looks you can go for with lights. You can move them around to get them into different positions, and you can create different feel for the video as well. And that is something that I'm massively looking forward to playing around with in this space, just creating lots of different looks and feels, because lighting at the end of the day is like anything else. It has a huge impact on the video, the same way that audio does, because people turn off for bad audio, people will turn off for bad video quality. And the more you can put into it and think about what you are trying to achieve with the videos, the better quality your videos are going to be. So yeah, hopefully that has helped you out if you are trying to figure out some lighting setups or start your own YouTube lighting setup. The same goes for photography as well. In a studio setting, just play around with lights and have fun with it, because there are no right or wrong answers, but the more you can do with it, the more you will start to enjoy with it as well. That is my little YouTube lighting setup. Hopefully that helps you out if you are looking at trying to set up your own little studio space or just play around with lights. Again, there is so much you can do with them. Just have fun playing with them. That is it for this video. Do me a favor, if you like this video, click that little like button down below there, and click the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed to this channel. It is massively appreciated, and it really does help out more than you think as well. So yeah, that's it. I shall see you in the next video.